Hey, I know it's just ended. I'm still not quite ready yet. So just give me a little bit more time. Not too long, and we'll get started. Sorry about that. Hi, Sweat the Goth. I'm just actually and there we go. Okay, now I'm ready. At work, but tabbed up. Okay, thanks. Enjoy work. Hope work's going well. I got to. Now I can hear myself think. Had the music up a little too loud in my headphones, but enjoy. Hope work's going well, and thank you for stopping by. So as it's being said, welcome everyone. Let me get the starting soon thing off. I said off. There we go. Welcome everyone. So today we'll be reacting to the Xbox showcase that happened a couple days ago. Yes, I'm aware I'm a couple days late. I've been busy getting my deck all set up and looking nice, which I finally did get finished yesterday. Got all painted, got a nice little chair and flower set up. It's nice. Which reminds me, give me one sec. There was one thing I did notice yesterday. I want to fix it real quick. Because I forgot to. Edit. Cooldown. Alright, that's it. Fix it. Yeah, I know someone was, kept on using that, Redeem Fire, which we're supposed to do. I didn't say anything because I didn't have it set up. Did not do that, so now I do. So, let me collect my daily bit of fire as well. Nice. So yeah, so today we are just gonna get to the reacting to the Xbox showcase. I already know 2 things about it, or 3 things about it. Apparently there's no Halo, which, like, no shit. I'm real down to earth with Halo stuff, so every time I hear people going like, oh, we're going announced a new Halo game today. It's like, you dumb fuck, why do you think that? Like, no offense to people, but it's like, we already know they're just now starting work on a Halo game. What makes you think they're going to announce it now? If they announce it now, all you would get would be a pre-made trailer. There would be no gameplay, no nothing. I don't expect to see Halo for another 2 to 3 years. Which sucks, because I'm a Halo fan, but it's like, you know, stop setting yourself up for disappointment. You should know there ain't gonna be anything Halo-wise. The best we're gonna get is books, and maybe through some fucking miracle, a brand new show that has actual people that like Halo on it. And not just some showrunner that's wanting to make a sci-fi show and then slaps Halo on top of it. Gears of War I am a little bit disappointed on, since we did see E-Day last year, so kind of sucks. Apparently there isn't anything more about that. And I saw that they announced Call of Duty Black Ops 7, which, look, I'm a Call of Duty fan, so, and Black Ops is my favorite subsection of the Call of Duty universe. But I'm gonna say right now, I am not happy they announced Black Ops 7. I am going to that game very fucking skeptical. Why? Because they released Black Ops 6 last year. And last time they went back to back with their franchise, that was Modern Warfare 2 and 3. And 3 fucked up the story of the Modern Warfare remakes completely. And it was awful. So I'm very worried Activision, I guess now Xbox, is just repeating history. We'll get into the showcase. Maybe I'll show something where it's proven me wrong, but I got my skeptical pants on and glasses. You're gonna have to sell me on this. Also, now that Xbox has Call of Duty, I am also very concerned for Halo as a franchise going forward. Since I am just a little bit worried Xbox might just forget about Halo moving forward and just focus on Call of Duty, since they've been having trouble getting Halo off the ground for like 10 years and Call of Duty just prints money. So, with all that being said, let's no longer dilly-dally and let's get into the stream. React? Oh, I'll say from... Hang on, back over here. Any predictions I have? I really don't have... Oh, I did see something about that one RPG clock something that's made by these one developers that used to that's the founder for that studio created or was one of the founders that created the Fallout franchise, so worked on 1, 2, and I think Tactics. I am really excited to see that game, because I remember last year they showed it, and apparently it's in this showcase, and I'm like, I want to see that game. I'm really hyped for that game. I got a good feeling about it. So, our predictions, my own predictions, though, I don't have any. I don't know really anything from Xbox. I'm like, yeah, I want to see that. Other than Halo and Gears. I know I ain't gonna see either of those. Oh, I guess it would be really cool to see something from Double Fine, because I'm a big fan of Brutal Legend. So, this so ain't happening, but this would be so cool if it did. It'd be great to see Brutal Legends too, I guess. I know that ain't happening, but it'd be nice. Okay, all that being said, let's get over here. Reaction. Showcase. There we go. Let me kill the music. No, I didn't want to. No. Yes, leave. Then let me turn the audio up a little bit for you guys. If this is too loud, let me know. I got the chat pulled up on my phone so I can still see y'all. Because I work off of a one monitor system, so that's how I'm able to see chat while I am live streaming reactions like this. Alright. With all that being said, I believe it just goes straight into it, right? Yep, it does. With all that being said, let's start this in 4, 3, 2, 1, go. A lot of age ratings here. Hitbox Game Studios presents. Hey, that's a game. I think this is a game I was just talking about. Never mind, it's Outer Worlds. 1,000
Do you think I care that the colony is in disarray?
No, you're a rich asshole. None of you guys give a shit.
In pointless warfare, we came to spread freedom and liberate resources for profit. But this pesky Earth Directorate agent is mucking things up. They're not alone in doing so. And they think they can just choose how things play
Okay, so
out.
I'm a little bit excited for this game. I did play the first one a little bit, never finished it. It was a Game Pass thing when I had Game Pass for a little bit. And I liked it. I've been wanting to actually get the game and play it.
This stranger aligned with the Order and that world computer of theirs. That could be the key to closing the rifts that threaten the colonies.
Yes,
So,
whoa.
you see why this menace must be wiped from the face of existence.
Oh wow, this looks a lot more
better
interesting.
yet, brought to our side through the power of capitalism.
How about I burn your ass to the ground? I'd rather do that.
Now, let's get out there and buy our way to victory.
I am so putting a bullet in her head if I play this game. That's copyright music. That is so copyright music. Where's my mouse? No, 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 no. You fuckers. You ain't copyrighting my stream. Which, funny enough, so far, I need to double check on the YouTube front. I need to also work on my YouTube a little bit. I didn't get any copyrights on the State to Play or the, what was it? Summer Game Fest. So I did pretty well there. Obsidian, yeah. I really like Obsidian. They make some pretty good games. I love Fallout New Vegas. I like the Outer Worlds. From what I've seen, I haven't played it. From what I've seen, this fall, nice. It's coming out this year. Although I haven't played it myself, I think general consensus is Arrowfall or Arrowfall, wherever that was a little bit kind of disappointing. But yeah, you can't win them all. I don't know. I mean, I think that one I need to give my own shot before I really go. October 29th. Nice. And didn't the first one also come out in October? I think it was October 27th. The Outer Worlds Direct.
By staying tuned after the showcase.
Okay, well, I ain't right in the Direct. World premiere. Oh, okay. What did you dip on?
Babe, what's wrong?
What the fuck?
I'm sorry. I've just been so depressed lately.
You know, it would fix everything. Humanzaprom.
What the fuck? Oh, it's a sequel to that, one game. Not Rick and Morty FPS. What the hell? Why did that happen? Oh, do we? Huh. Okay, let me pause that for a second. Maybe if what quality am I? 720. That'll help. My internet's been acting a little weird. Maybe I need to restart my modem here in a little bit. Probably do that after stream, just but I didn't do that. Hey, here. I like the skateboarding thing. If assuming that it's not just for the trailer, if it actually has like a skateboarding mechanic, that'd be a pretty cool idea for the FPS. Like have a little skateboarding minigame. What the fuck? Yeah, let me reset that. Sorry about that, y'all. Hopefully I'll fix it. But weird, I didn't just to do this until this game popped up to me. Maybe I can just blame this game for the deal stuttering, freezing.
Yeah, humans are barely sentient. Scientists have done studies, and their brains are like half the size of ours.
What? High on life. So I wonder if this is going to get the same treatment that like Hogwarts Legacy gets because of the creator or semi-creators of Jackass, from what I understand. Or did that turn out that guy was
premiere.
innocent or something? I don't know. I didn't really give a shit. Anyway, new game. What is this? Gonna guess it's either that another hell something or a Plague Tale 3 maybe. Or something new. It could just be something new. It looks pretty. Or this could just be a cinematic and it's like a new Civilization game. It looks a little bit more gameplay cinematic-y, so. Look at me trying to predict it as it goes on. I don't know why, it kind of gives me a little bit of Tomb Raider vibes, like the 2013 reboot series. No, it doesn't. That's very much not that vibe. Hey, I was right. It's a Plague Tale game. Coming 2026 to all those consoles. Xbox Play Anywhere, play it day one with Game Pass. Okay? What is it? See-through box. See-through stick. Okay. So is this like your handheld Xbox? Because I remember I was hearing stuff about that. Like rumors about it. I mean, kind of cool idea. I would like to see handhelds kind of come back. Like, I miss them. More games. You lost me on that whole stream from the cloud. I do not think it, unless you can download the game straight to that device, I don't think that'll do well because internet, especially here in the States, it's just not still there yet for cloud gaming. I think Google's Fire thing it was called kind of proves that, because it failed miserably. Anyways, there were a bunch of different reasons, but one of them was cloud gaming. Just doesn't work
At Xbox,
in the
we
States.
strive to put the player first. And that's what you've seen from us over the years.
Or a lot of places
We've
in
led
the
the
world.
industry with backward compatibility. We championed crossplay and
Yeah, can you bring that
cross-progression.
back, please?
We deliver Game Pass, first on console, then on PC, and with cloud gaming. So what's next? How can we give you even more freedom, more choice, more ways to play?
You could
Our next
backwards
step is
compatibility
to
more
unify
games,
your
please.
gaming, no matter where you buy or play. So we're building an Xbox experience designed for players, not locked to a single store or tied to one device.
Okay, that's
The
actually
Xbox
nice.
Ally is an Xbox you can hold in your hands, bringing together the power of Xbox and the freedom of Windows. On this Xbox, you can play games across your entire library, including all the Windows PC game stores, from Xbox and Battle.net to Steam, GOG, and Ubisoft Connect. And the highly anticipated Hollow Knight Silksong will be available at launch and in Game Pass when the Ally releases later this year.
Cool.
In fact, every new game you see in today's show will be playable on the Xbox Ally.
Okay. That
We
makes it more
have
interesting.
always wanted you to have the unique experience of Xbox on any screen. That's why we're investing in Xbox Play Anywhere. Whether you're playing on console, PC, smart TV, or any Windows handheld like the new Xbox Ally, the Xbox experience roams with you. Your library, progression, friends, and achievements. There are over 1,000 Xbox Play Anywhere games on Xbox today. And
That's
every
nice.
new game you see in today's show, from our partners and our studios, is Xbox Play Anywhere. And because it's Xbox, you can always have access to Game Pass with a diverse lineup of games from the biggest franchises to critically acclaimed indie hits. This is the freedom we believe players should have. Any game, anywhere. And we
That's
are
nice
giving it our
sounding.
all every day to make this vision real. But it all comes back to the games. From Dead to Rights on the original Xbox to Armored Core
So you
6,
learned from the Xbox
our
One.
relationship with Bandai Namco Entertainment has stood the test of time. We both believe in bringing amazing experiences to players around the world, and their next game does exactly that. From Rebel Wolves Studio, this is a story-rich action RPG steeped in dark fantasy that I can't wait for you to explore.
Okay.
Thank you, and enjoy the rest of the show.
Bandai Namco. Rebel Wolves. Ding ding footage. Okay. Ooh, vampires.
Monsters have always been here. Watching from the shadows. And when we were at our weakest, they came out into the light. We feared for our lives. But we should have feared for our souls instead. The vampires didn't come to kill us. No, they came to rule. To turn us into mindless, docile cattle. Not me, though. They tried to change me into one of them. But I became something else instead.
Oh.
Their worst nightmare.
Okay, you got me interested. I love vampires, so all game about vampires. That you got me sold with just that.
Trapped between the two worlds. Fighting to even the score. Fighting to understand the evil behind it all. He is out there watching, seeping into you.
Then the monster designs are really nice. Ooh, it comes out next year. The Blood of Dawn Walker. Huh. That looks kind of cool. That looks kind of cool. I don't mind checking that out. So let's play it anywhere. World premiere. So what's fucked up thing that's gonna happen? Wait, what the fuck? Super Meat Boy? Is there a new Super Meat Boy game? Oh wow, that's cool. I never played the original, but I did like watch Let's Plays of it. Man, I can't wait for everyone. If it's just like the original, I can't wait for everyone to get pissed off playing this game. What is Super Meat Boy rated?
Super Meat Boy
3D. Coming early 2026. Okay, yeah, I'm down for that. I like my platforming games. I always wanted to check out the first one anyway, so it gives me an excuse to.
Watch your back, Yakumo.
Team Ninja? Oh, I think we saw this game
You're
at
not a criminal man.
Summer Game Press.
I'll kill the Dark Dragon myself.
Maybe not.
It's my mission. My duty as a Raven Ninja.
Yeah, that sure is a platinum game and it looks awesome.
Breaking the Dark Dragon free has its consequences.
I don't think that guy's mouth movements matched him talking very well, but okay. Damn, that was cool. I love action games.
Ryu, there's something I need your help with.
Oh, it's just Ninja Gaiden 4? I remember that apparently got announced as a different their Xbox State of Play thing. Damn, this game looks cool. Is that a shark?
The Dark Dragon is mine.
Ninja Gaiden 4? Okay, yeah, it is. That looks cool. Yeah, me down. I'm down. October 21st, 2025? Okay, nice. What's next, Xbox? Oh, but that's a game, okay. What we got? Oh, Indiana Jones. Is there the expansion coming? I hear nothing but great things with this game. I want to check it out.
What are you doing, Jones? Are you crazy?
A new adventure begins.
This is where it starts. Beneath the streets of Rome. Enter the city of Antioch. Find the secret relic. Bring it back to the Holy See. Defend the secret. They worshipped the giants.
Yeah, I've only ever watched one of the Indiana Jones movies all the way through. It's the one with Sean Connery in it. I really like that movie. September 4th, 2025. Okay, nice. Indiana Jones, the And a great circle, the order of I didn't get to read that, but okay. Wait a minute. I can back this up. Order of the Giants. Okay. This ain't live, I can back it up. Hello. Hello, Prime Zero. Welcome in.
World
yeah.
premiere.
Not sure when you said that. Great. Well, damn.
輪廻の獣は汚れを吐き、あらゆる生物を蝕む。
Game Freak. Oh, okay. Wait, Game Freak? Like the Pokemon Company Game Freak? Oof. They make things that aren't Pokemon? And damn, this game looks cool. No wonder Pokemon's been sucking lately. They've just been working on this instead.
4026年、人類は滅亡を待つのみ。
I'm just gonna hope because this is Japanese, it's not copyrighted music. Or I don't get crap for it. It's like original music, hopefully.
封じ子エマ、お前こそが輪廻の獣を滅ぼす刃となる。
Yeah, thank you, Prime Video. Prime. I don't know why I said Prime Video. Sorry, Prime Zero. Yeah, we're just doing a little reaction to the Xbox Showcase that came out a few days ago. If I have time, I might, after this stream, have a few things to do. If I have enough time in the day, I might go live again and work on your drawing.
Because they swoop their filth down to us.
Oh, I've been. This is a game I was talking about earlier. This game looks really cool to me. Thank you, Jerrybot, for being in that guy.
Here's to playing in the mud.
The bot showed up. Don't worry about it. So this game is created by the same studio.
Will be paying me back until you fucking rust.
It ain't for the spineless.
To keep your filthy pickers off
Steampunk.
me.
Yeah, this game looks really cool.
And
I
it
can't.
sure as shite ain't
I
for
can't
the
wait to play
decent.
this.
That's a clean sweep for one.
Especially since, correct me if I'm wrong, they're not making video games in a steampunk setting, so it's getting like untapped potential here. That I know of anyway.
Yes, I got.
And like the same people that made this game are the same people that made Fallout 1, 2, and 2, so I think this game's gonna be really good. I got a good feeling about
it. We can't arrest and question everyone. Let's see if we can narrow the suspects down a bit.
I mean, the art style already is looking great.
Trust your instincts, sir. Tall, yes, sir.
Built rather slim, well muscular. Was very quick, agile.
Oh, that's a really cool way to do the whole character creation.
I see. Quite fashionable. That's the fiend who robbed me.
They got my good side this time. Breaking in is the easy part.
Oh, so the main character's gonna be voiced?
Your brandy, sir.
Getting away with it is the real trick.
These candlesticks ain't gold. Worthless and dull, just like you. Nah, I have a customer. How can I help you?
Well, like Jamie, I hope so.
Sounds like I'll get a better deal.
You talk to
Although
me
it might not
first,
because The Outer Worlds
never.
2 coming out in the fall.
Uncle's
This is also an RPG.
Any Errol?
Chachi! I'll show you, Chachi! There. Anything else you'd care to say to Errol? Brains.
Ew.
If I hadn't seen it with my own eyes, I wouldn't have believed it.
Round here, it's all sharp edges, empty pockets, and blood. blood on the cobbles. Goodbye, Silas.
No, no!
I also really love the accents in this game so far. I love British accents.
I'll leave you with a pissing pan of pizza.
Yeah, me too. I love British accents. Best accents.
We're family here. Family.
And you disagree? Well, we all have our wrong opinions.
Price on that, can you?
Them's in charge. They don't keep order. They keep power.
Take this thing into the crucible and melt it.
They just want us beaten, broken, and too scared to fight back.
I don't want to kill him.
That's why it pays to be clever and well-armed.
Ooh. Gun customization, that's nice.
Let's go and end a few arguments. Don't get cocky. They've got a weapon far worse. Time. And if they can rewrite history, they can rewrite us. But look who just found Mummy's keys. Now I can fiddle with time.
Oh, this game looks so
Put
cool.
the bullet back in the barrel. Bring the chaos to a crawl.
Yeah.
Take a mistake. And
I
make
got it.
Like it never happened. We can change the world as we know it. One choice at a time.
Oh, that's
And
cool.
I can even go back and change the past to change the future. And let me tell ya, the hunters don't like it when the rabbits got the gun.
Change that. I got a good feeling about this game. Control the picture. Damn! That's a move I'd be spamming all the time. Clockwork Revolution.
Now
Coming
let me alone
in due
piss off.
Fuck you. Giving me that in due time. I mean, to be fair, yeah, take your time, but it's like, damn it. Game, give
Our
me
creative
a
teams
general window.
are dedicated to bringing players award-winning, record-breaking, critically acclaimed games. Call of Duty.
Yeah,
Black
unless you
Ops
set them
6
down.
From Activision. Doom: The Dark Ages from Bethesda. Diablo
Still annoyed
4,
about
Vessel
that.
of Hatred from Blizzard. And Avowed from Xbox Game Studios.
Avowed, that's
All
the
of our
game.
teams across Xbox First Party are shipping their most played games ever, and they're also delivering more content than ever before. From original single-player experiences to vast online worlds, our teams are empowered to build the games they've always dreamed of. We want
I
our
will say
players
I
to
do
have the
like how
choice and
Xbox is letting them do
flexibility
that.
of where and how they play the games our teams make. So of
Dinosaur
course,
Game.
our
Yeah,
games
I
will
would
be
say that,
available
like, three
day
things
one
that,
in Game Pass,
funny enough,
and every new game we make
would
for
be
both
really cool in
Xbox
video games, but
consoles
aren't really,
and PC
are
will be
dinosaurs,
Xbox
pirates,
Play Anywhere.
and steampunk.
On behalf of our creative teams, thank you.
I would add in
These
Cyberpunk,
experiences
but we're
don't
getting
stop when you
Cyberpunk
put
games
down the
nowadays, so
controller.
yeah.
As you've seen in recent years, more
We just still
and
need,
more
and we're getting a
of our
steampunk game, and I think a few more
characters,
pirate
stories, and
games
worlds
now.
are expanding to brand
So
new
where's our
audiences
dinosaur
through
game?
TV and film. A Minecraft movie and the Fallout TV series broke records and brought millions of players into the game. We have more
Mm-hmm.
projects in the works as gaming continues to influence film
Wait a
and
minute, yeah,
television
Microsoft
like never
owns
before.
Minecraft. I forgot about that.
When it comes to growing new
I thought that was
franchises,
weird they mentioned
Obsidian
Minecraft.
is having a year like no other. From launching a blockbuster
Yeah,
new game
that would
like
be so
Avowed to
cool,
the
a Pirates of the
upcoming
Caribbean
release
game.
of The Outer Worlds 2 this October.
I mean, we almost had one. It was
Obsidian
almost
is
completely
always
finished, and then
delivering
Disney
great
just
games,
canceled
and
it
they
for
have
some
a
reason.
third game launching this year. You'll
Look
get to
up
go
the
deeper on
what
it in our
happened to the
direct,
Pirates
but
of the
until
Caribbean
then,
game from
let's take a look.
Matt Muscles. You'll get so pissed off.
World premiere.
But yeah, there was a whole pirate game that was about to. Literally, only had like a few months left of dead time, and it would have been done. And Disney just canceled it. Because Disney was a dumbass back then with games.
With new flexible flexible legs, the Joker
What the
action
fuck?
figure can ride anything.
Breaking news. There's been an explosion at
He-Man
Brook Hollow
looking
Park.
ass.
Chaos descended on a ceremony commemorating the 2-year anniversary of when 4 teenagers were miniaturized against their will and left to fight for their survival in the backyard of
Oh.
a deranged scientist. Formerly evil company Ominent Practical
Formerly
Technologies
evil
was set to
company.
dedicate a statue of the 4 teenagers, fast food science robot Burgle, and Dr. Tully when an explosion erupted. Dr. Tully and the teenagers
So Grounded 2?
are also unknown.
Is it Grounded 2 or?
You gotta keep
This
them
is-
separated.
That's a copyrighted song if I've ever heard it. Fuck off. Okay, Grounded 2. I've heard very mixed things of Grounded. Like I heard some people loved Grounded. I've heard a lot of, like my brother absolutely hated Grounded. So, and he plays a lot of these survival builder games, so I don't know. I'm curious. Hopefully this sequel is better, I guess, or more people like it. I don't know. Either way, it's not really a game for me because I'm not. Well, actually, funny enough, maybe Grounded and Grounded 2 might be more up my alley. This arc, but with bugs, okay. Maybe they'd be more up my alley because my problem with those type of games is there's like not an end point and I just kind of get lost. But those, I know Grounded actually has an end, so maybe it'd be more up my alley.
D3500 reached. Accessing predecessor's travel log.
Yeah, what's this?
Attempting data salvage.
I will say this showcase so far has been pretty good.
I have encountered an unprecedented orphan. It was in a state of suppressed recomposition.
Whatever the fuck that means.
Orphans populating the area is highly unusual.
Ew.
They become exceptionally aggressive.
I don't know why, but the first thing that popped in my head looking at this horrific. But the first thing I saw looking at this is ever played Gears of War 2? That one section where you're in that building and it's very horrified. I love that section, by the way. That whole part of that game. Bro.
They seem to act more consistently, in coordination.
Destroying the nest is now a priority.
Oh. Funny enough, I don't think Xbox has ever had a horror game, so this is cool.
Such is our calling.
Correct me if I'm wrong, because I don't remember Xbox ever having a horror game. Groans, the new dawn. Brown. Oh, another Bethesda game. Alright, let's see what this is. Elder Scrolls Online. Immediately from the app, you son of a bitch. Head off at the moment. We'll check if you're still on. Okay. Thank you for stopping by, Prime Zero. Have a good rest of your day or night or whatever time zone you're in. By the way, I've never played Elder Scrolls Online. Just call me Prime and see ya. Okay. Will do. I never played Elder Scrolls Online, by the way. It's out of all the MMOs, it's the only one that's cut my interest the most. Like I've tried, what was it? Final Fantasy 14, and I really had a hard time getting into it. I'm still not really into it. I'm planning trying to give it another shot, but we'll see. I'm guessing that they added pets to this. That's why there's that, like, cat there. I'm guessing that's a new addition. I wonder, because I wonder if anyone was also continuing this, expecting to see Elder Scrolls 6. Because I mentioned how, like, I don't understand why people are, like, thinking to see Halo. Elder Scrolls 6 is in there, and one, like, why on earth do you think that's gonna pop up? That game is, like, 3 to 4 years away from even being seen again, let alone coming out.
Mayday! Code 1 to mission control, we're falling! Thomas, the ship's breaking apart! There's no time!
Okay, I would say this is Starfield, but I'm pretty sure, I know Starfield doesn't show up in here, so I wonder what this is.
Ariane, you sacrificed everything for a new world, to save mankind. And I'll always love you for that.
Don't nod. Oh, that's pretty. A little snow environment. God damn it, that's so copyright music. Fuck! Alright, well that's looks kinda cool. Gives a little, with that movement, gives a little Tomb Raider / Uncharted vibes. That's very Tomb Raider vibe there. And Uncharted, but I played Tomb Raider first, so I think Tomb Raider before Uncharted. Ah, it kinda looks interesting. Wouldn't mind checking it out. By the way, sorry if this is annoying for y'all. It's just, you know, if there's copyright music, I gotta mute it, because then not only does the whole VOD get fucking muted, so, you know, when I upload it to YouTube, you're just hearing nothing. But also, again, copyright. That guy, I know it can't be him, but that guy looks like the main character from, that, what was it? One RPG that everyone was really into, the sequel came out beginning this year.
World premiere.
Kingdom Come Deliverance.
Welcome to England, Mr. Davis.
I know it ain't him, because that guy
shock,
be
having never
long
met your
dead,
real
but
father.
you know, it's not seen company,
But he left
still
you this
looks
hotel
like
in
it.
his will. It's been in your family for generations. Much like the caretaker. He's a little eccentric. You'll see.
Let me welcome you to the grand.
Okay, because he's singing, I'm just gonna assume this is not copyright.
Across the land. Every room used to be in such high demand.
Yeah, it is very much made for his game kind of music, so it's not really nice.
At the grand.
Well, hello there. It looks like you're about to do some renovations. Would you like some help with that?
So basically an FPS room builder.
So my father was renovating the hotel when he disappeared?
Kind of like that.
Hotel.
What is it?
He was helping the entire village. You have his power tools. You know, you could pick up where he left off.
Yeah, this is kind of interesting.
Like he was.
I feel like those people that really like that one game.
They don't suspect a thing.
Where you're
Just
shooting
make sure
water.
The locals don't get wind of what you're really up to.
I can't think of the name of the game at the moment.
If they find out, they will Wicker Man your ass.
You keep looking.
What the fuck is Wicker Man?
Things are gonna start looking bad. Don't make the same mistake your father made.
Like, I never actually... I know of Wicker Man, but I don't know, like, what hell Wicker Man is. Oh, yeah, that's a cat. This game does look interesting. I wouldn't mind checking it out. It's very interesting. Looks like it has a lot of his own original music too, that I'm getting from, anyway. There are no ghosts at the Grand. I'll have to check that out. I'll have to check that game out. It has piqued my interest.
There are as many gods in the world as there are stars in the heavens. And when we need their help, they send us a hero.
So Smite
Who would
3.
have guessed the defender of my homeland would be my daughter.
Okay, maybe not Smite 3.
She unlocked the heavenly spear, but is she worthy?
Oh, it's one of those RTSs. Not a big fan of RTS, unless it's Brutal Legend. That's like the one exception to the rule. See, we'll have ads being played in a few minutes. I greatly appreciate y'all listening for those ads. They help the channel, you know. Help me earn just a tiny bit of money.
You can't rule if the heavenly
Yeah, no.
spear is mine.
There's, you know, that saying, every little bit counts. That especially is true when you're poor, like me. So greatly appreciate it. Is that an R? Ever? That's supposed to be Ever Studios?
주권 국가의 자주적 결정을 누가 허락하는가? 만약 이 결정이 패권 국가의 특정 정치 집단의 이익을 저해한다면 당신의 특정 행동이 대중의 의사결정에 영향을 미칠 수 있으며 반대로 누군가는 당신의 의사결정에 영향을 주려 한다는 것을 인지할 때 자신만의 온전한 입장을 세울 수 있지 않을까? 당신의 입장은 온전한 본인의 판단인가?
I'm only being able to catch every other word because it's moving too fast for me, but it's catching my interest. From what I'm gathering, I guarantee you this game is probably banned in Japan. Or not Japan, China.
당신은 무엇 때문에 분노하는가? 당신의 분노는 스스로 결정한 것인가?
I don't know, something about the gameplay looks a little bit off to me, but I'm just looking into it a little too much.
당신의 분노를 이용한다. 지정태. 지정태.
Okay, well, might check that one out too. It seems interesting.
World premiere.
E
I like the
ora
art style.
Olaien loite fativi. Novo. Ilo? Te
Game
che
is pretty.
maite mana. Muite unanite waiora. Dia. Novo tua libemo iwa lotaname. Ona otalima di efema. Te
pretty cool. Kind of gives me a little bit Metroidvania vibes, it being 2D. Probably it is, because I really love Metroidvania games. Kind of gives me a bit of a... Y'all ever played Ori and the Blind Forest? Kind of gives me that kind of vibe. Man, Ori and the Blind Forest and Will of the Wisps. Most beautiful looking games I've ever played. And please just look those games up because they look gorgeous. Planet of Luna 2. Oh, it's a sequel, okay. Children of the Leaf. Well, I never heard the original, so maybe I'll have to check that out or look it up. Another Bethesda game, okay. What you got, Bethesda? Oh, it's Fallout 76. And that's gonna be so old school copyright music. I do hear Fallout 76 did get better and stuff, so maybe one day I'll actually give it a shot and check it out because I am a Fallout fan. I see ads have started, so thank y'all for seeing for those ads. Though, of course, they added a fishing game. I mean, they added a Skyrim, so why not Fallout as well? Which I ain't complaining, you know, everyone loves fishing. And actually, fishing in Fallout would be, I would actually way more do just to see what fucked up creatures would be in the water and what they would look like. Yeah, that is something you can kind of technically do in like Fallout 4, but they never really, I don't think, capitalize on. It's going underwater in Fallout, because, you know, things underwater would get mutated too. And we see a little bits here and there, like the Mirelurks and stuff. But, like, really, imagine if there was, like, some quest where you, like, have to go underwater diving or some shit, and you see, like, a bunch of different weird mutated creatures there that you have to fight against and use more underwatery based weaponry or just a melee. Like a harpoon gun or something. Or maybe just use the excuse that lasers are just hot enough to work underwater, because I believe that is technically scientifically possible.
Air.
Oops. I had another. Look, man, if you want me to read that shit, you gotta slow your ass down. And this looks cool. Back to then. I think we saw a little bit of this game at, or maybe not. Anime games, I do like the anime art style and stuff. They do have a kind of a problem of blending in together. Because they all do kind of go for the same thing. Which isn't me trying to hate on this game for its art style. I do think it looks pretty. It just makes it hard for me to distinguish, okay, is it this game or that game? Did we see it at Summer Game Fest or not? I think we did, and I think I do think it looks cool.
premiere.
And ads are over. Welcome back from ads, everybody. Aw, that's cute. These fucking licensed songs, my man. Okay, man, I gave shit for Jeff Keighley at Summer Game Fest for licensed songs, but there are way more here, and they're pissing me off. It's like, shut up. Shut up with the licensed music. Especially when you know streamers are going to be streaming this and stuff. Come on. So this kind of gives me very much Pokemon vibes. So I can't wait for Game Freak to sue these guys too, because oh, it's similar to Pokemon. Or Nintendo or whatever the fuck. They're both asshole companies. And you know, okay. That's cool. Sorry, OCD moment.
Hey, what's up everyone? It's Tony Hawk Pro Skater. I just want to say thanks to everyone for all the love and support we've seen since we announced Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 and 4 a few months ago. These games have changed my life, but more than that, I've seen them help spread a love and appreciation for skating all over the world, and that means everything to me.
Damn, that's impressive.
I can't wait for you all to experience the game. It's been rebuilt with so much care and attention to detail, with some brand new parks, new music, new skaters, and more. And you can enjoy it all with your friends with up to 8 players in multiplayer. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 and 4 officially drops July 11th, and we have a lot more surprises to come.
That's
Check
nice.
out the launch trailer now.
I will say though, I kind of rather make a new Tony Hawk game than just re-releasing the old ones and then cutting out some content from the original. Specifically with 4, cutting out the story mode. Wait a minute, it's fuck. Shit. Damn it. Shut up. Shut up. No. No, that's not what I want. No, shut up. That is so copyrighted music. Yeah, I guess Tony Hawk, so you know for a fact this would be copyrighted music. Also, fuck Activision. Fuck them. Funny enough, one of the reasons why I haven't really even tried to play Black Ops 6 or get back into Warzone, because I was in Warzone for a bit. Alright, cool, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Oh, that's cool. That was something that was kind of lacking from the remakes of 1 and 2, so they didn't have any, like, really out there licensed characters. Because I will say, I think that's part of the Tony Hawk video games experience. Isn't just the actual skateboarders you play as and the parks and things gameplay. It's also just having ridiculous fucking skaters to play as, like that. Like Doom the Guy. That's cool, you know? Or, like in the original, you had Spider-Man, X-Men characters, because Activision owned the right to those guys back then. Like, that's cool. I'm glad they're adding a little bit of that in 3 and 4. Because the remakes for 1 and 2, I don't think had any of those. It was just the normal skater guys, which is like, alright, but kind of lame. This game looks pretty. No. That looks neat. I don't mind checking this game out. I've said that with a lot of these games, so yeah, this has been a really good showcase so far. I'm really digging the art style. Oh, this is like a card-based 2D fighter? Or 2D action game? Oh, that's cool. That is so cool. At Fate's End. Looks interesting. I might have to give that game a shot too. Man, this showcase has been really good with a lot of games I would like to actually check out. Okay, so whoever said they're wearing Gears, shut the fuck up. Here's some Gears. Although this is okay, so this is just announcing coming. They're making another remake or re-release that changed gaming forever. Yeah, that is true. Gears of War is coming to more players than ever before.
Look who decided to show up.
Oh, that's not okay. Now that's cool. Adding crossplay. I love that. I actually did just play the this game. I didn't stream it, but I did play it not too long ago. Their first remake, anyway. Which to me, visuals anyway, doesn't look that much better than the first remake, so I'm...
This is gonna be awesome.
Other than the, I guess the FPS, I did see that they have the frame rate, which is nice.
Form up!
Reloaded, okay. I personally still have the, I think, like, Game of the Year or whatever remake, so I'm gonna think pass on that one, but still nice. I'm glad to see it. I do like Gears of War, so. Persona 4 remake? Persona 4 revive? Okay. Damn, Atlas. You're gonna get me to play all the Persona games, aren't you? Because that is actually something I've been wanting to do, is check out Persona, so. And now they're making it really easy for me to just check out all Persona like 3, 4, and 5, because they're all play like 5, I guess.
The Smugglers League is always there. But you won't see us.
Oh,
You won't hear us.
Sea of Thieves?
And the only way you'd ever know it is if that's what we wanted. As smugglers, we deal in the goods others are afraid to handle. Guns, explosives.
And don't forget the rum.
It's a life of danger like no other.
I actually have a friend named Rum, or she goes by Longshot Rum now. She changed her username recently. That used to play this game a lot. So it's basically called Longshot Rum now.
This is what we're really after. The bigger the room, the better. Smugglers need to be adaptable. It's more than moving under moonlight and shadows.
Where does he get her to start playing this game more again?
Misfortune. Stealing, of course, is always an option. Just do whatever it takes to get the job done. You are pirates, after all.
This looks nice.
Welcome, my friends, to the Smugglers League.
I know, Sea of Thieves, I think still to this day, has a problem of if you don't have friends, it's not really interesting to play. I mean, so I think it's fun enough to play nowadays, but still it's kind of a hard sell if you, like me, don't always have friends to play with. Or, yeah.
World premiere.
Okay. Well, it got me interesting with that F-bomb drop. Because I'm childish like that, I guess.
This is ridiculous. Please, come on.
Fucking hell. So Invincible, because I saw the color scheme.
Had enough yet?
No.
No. Beat the shit out of him. I only saw the first season of Invincible. I really need to catch up on it. Ow, 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 ow.
I hoped you'd understand why I had to do this. Accept our rule, or die.
Fuck him up.
I'd like to propose a third option.
I'm not your son anymore. I'm the guy who's going to throw you off this planet for good.
This is a fighting game, isn't it? The like stance they did right there. It is. Invincible versus Xbox Panini in the fighting game. Hey, tag team fighters are really coming back, aren't they? We kind of went away for a bit. Because we got this, we got that Marvel game coming out, that's 4 tag.
I am ending you. I see it all
Cool.
now.
Damn. Okay, well, this is a lot more bloody than that Marvel game's gonna be. Invincible Versus, coming 2026. The wait is almost over. Square Enix. Is this gonna be Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 3? I'm guessing not, since this is the first one. Did Aeris die in the second one? Also coming to Xbox. Wait, those games were not Xbox already?
Know your place, little lamb. There's no one to save you now.
Is that Final Fantasy 0? No, wait, that's 16. Which I never heard anyone talk about 16. The only time I did hear anyone talk about it, I heard it was good. I'm guessing maybe it's because it was just held to the PS5, so hopefully this re-release will get people talking about it again some more. Give it a second chance at life, basically. Available. Oh, today! Hey, Shadow Drop. Nice. I always thought 16 looked really interesting. Me personally, anyway.
World premiere.
Double. What the that? Double Fine. Huh? What is it? Please somehow be Brutal Legends 2. You look nothing like Brutal Legends 2, but please do a fake out and be Brutal Legends 2. Okay, so it's not Brutal Legends 2, but fuck it, it's still Double Fine, so I'm excited. Ah, that's cute. Wow, this game looks really pretty. Really interesting. I love the art kind of style here. How everything's looking. I'm an artist, and I still can't use artsy words. Okay, they got me interested. Keeper, October 17th, 2025. Okay, no shit. I kind of would just buy that game just to know Double Fine would exist. Make sure they exist to be able to do a
games like Psychonauts 2 show
Brutal Legends
Double Fine
game
excels at creating unique and innovative experiences, and Keeper is no exception. Looking ahead, next year marks 25 years of Xbox. It's a big milestone for the platform and franchises that you help build and make popular. We couldn't have done this without everyone who's been with us on this journey. As we think about bringing a new generation of players to these iconic franchises, I'm excited to share that players will get to celebrate 25 years of Xbox with a new Fable, the next Forza, Gears of War E-Day, and the return of a classic that's been with us since the beginning. Today, you've seen an incredible range of games from creators across the globe. Creators like inXile, reaching for new heights with Clockwork Revolution. Sluggerfly, making Team Meat's modern classic platformer into 3D.
Yeah.
Square Enix, bringing more of the critically acclaimed Final Fantasy franchise to our players. And Team Ninja, returning to the beloved series they debuted on Xbox. You've also seen the next Xbox hardware release, our Xbox Ally handheld, which lets you bring your Xbox experience and your library with you anywhere. I hope you enjoy
download the games
breadth
directly
and
to the
depth
console.
of the
I'm not
games,
interested
updates,
in
and
that
experiences that are
handheld.
coming to Xbox from our partners and our own creative teams. We're seeing more players on our platform and in our games than ever, thanks to all of you. We're proud of the creativity that Obsidian is delivering this year. Immediately after Showcase, our Direct begins, where you'll go inside the studio for an extended look at The Outer Worlds 2 and Grounded 2. Thanks for joining us today. But before we get into the Direct, we have a final world premiere.
It's Call of Duty Black Ops 7, I already know, because that's the only thing you haven't shown yet, and I'm not looking forward to Black Ops 7. Because again, they did this with Modern Warfare 2 and 3, and Modern Warfare 3 was god-awful, so I am very worried that history is going to repeat itself with Black Ops 7.
Welcome to the Guild. We have been expecting you. Please, follow me. You already know us as a global tech leader. Our software, our systems,
very interesting to go back to the robot stuff,
is designed to save lives. Your years of service have shown you the importance of our work. Here, you'll witness the global scope of that mission in action. Let me introduce you to our esteemed visionary.
For too long, we have been bound by outdated systems, accepting limitations instead of redefining them. The Guild is safeguarding tomorrow, now. We are pioneering the future of protection worldwide. Our advancements are designed to elevate everyday life, reshaping the future of technology on a global scale. I'm Emma Kagan, CEO of the Guild.
Okay, are we going back to that whole weird, like, what? Remember when Call of Duty was made to be a tribute to World War II veterans?
Fear is a powerful thing. David Mason.
Oh, damn. That's cool. So I was right, that is Alex. That is Alex. Shut up, that's so copyright music. Man, I hope they don't fuck this up. Because Black Ops 2 is my favorite Black Ops game, and they're finally making a sequel to its story. That makes me really worried. Hey, I guess we finally get to see what's the canon ending to that game. Do we want to watch the showcase for, or not the showcase, why not? We'll watch the Civian showcase, but first, before we do that, I want to just say the Xbox part, the actual showcase part, was a really good showcase. I'll say this right now, it's the best one. It's better than PlayStation State of Play and just Summer Game Fest in general. The Summer Game Fest showcase, this is the best one. I would give this showcase like a 9 out of 10. The only problems I have is they didn't show anything about Halo. I think they alluded to it with that whole, and something that's been with us since the very beginning, but they didn't show anything. So I guess that's he's implying that something will be out next year in 2026. Which I call some bullshit on. Because either A, that's going to be the most rushed out game imaginable, because I know they were just now figuring out how to use the Unreal Engine last year. I know how game development works, so unless there's some other studio we don't know about making a Halo game, I don't see anything coming out next year except maybe an announcement for the next Halo game, at best. But yeah, overall, there's a lot of games here that I was really excited to see. I'm definitely going to try and play that Keeper game because it's made by Double Fine. and I want my fucking Brutal Legends too, damn it. So, you know, I just fucking support all games from Double Fine to then hopefully get Brutal Legends 2. But, there's a lot of games. I would have to go back and look. Each one that, there's no timestamps here, sadly. But that, other, I think Clockwork something, I want to play that game so bad too. It's coming out, it doesn't have a release date, but that one looks really good. And the Outer Worlds 2, I'm more semi-interested in. I like the first one. I don't know why, I'm just not too in on the second one. And I never really cared about Grounded, so Grounded sequel is meh. I don't think the handheld, again, I'll have to double check and stuff. If you can actually download your games directly to the device, then I see a path for it, a spot for it, kind of like how there's that Steam Deck thing. But if you can't, then this is gonna go the same way that Stadia did, because cloud gaming is just not there for a lot of people in like the United States and around the world. I mean, I get that you keep on trying to make it happen, but like it's just not there, my man. You know, it's not like we're streaming a movie or something where you can just sit back and watch. You gotta have you're playing it, so there's game lag and stuff. I'm back. Hey, welcome back, Prime. We just finished the game showcase. I'm just giving my thoughts, and then we'll probably be watching the Obsidian Direct. I'm talking about Outer Worlds 2 and Grounded 2. Yeah, overall, I really like it. I'm both really surprised that there's a Persona 4 revival or remake. But I'm also looking forward to it, because I think Persona 5, I think everyone knows, was extremely popular. So I think it's a good idea for Atlus to just remake 3 and 4 to be more up to date and same level as Persona 5. So you can just continuously grow the Persona fan base. Persona is always is going to be popular. Yeah. Especially after Persona 5, because that damn. I heard literally everybody talk about that game for like 3 years. And I still hear him mumbling every once in a while. Yeah. What else? That Invincible game is cool. New fighting game. Kind of hope there's a story element, because, you know, I'm a more single player focused player, so I always like single player bits. That's why I like Mortal Kombat the most, or Injustice. I'm putting air quotes in both of those because I'm glad they have a story. Doesn't mean I don't criticize the hell out of those stories, especially Injustice. Seriously, I'll die on the hill. Injustice has a bad story. Both 1 and 2. I know people like the Injustice universe for some reason, but I am certainly not one of them. And there's this one game that was kind of like that one. Let me try and look it up. Power Wash. Okay, yeah. There's this one game that kind of reminds me of Power Wash Simulator, but more in depth. That looks really interesting. I can see I can see that blowing up and being really popular if it's good. But yeah, overall, I think it was a really good showcase. Best out of all of them in this go around in Summer Game Fest. The E3 showcases crap. I know it's not E3 anymore, but you get it. Alright, with all that being said, we'll start the Obsidian Showcase. And 4, 3, 2, 1, now. Yeah, I agree. I think Clockwork is the coolest for me. That's when that was first announced, it was a standout. Seeing more of this game, the game is a
Welcome
standout.
To Obsidian Entertainment. We here at the studio have joked around that this has been the
try
year
my
of
fucking
Obsidian,
best as being a broke ass bitch, being their day one for that game.
With 2 more games. And what better way to cap this incredible year for us than by doing what our studio does best: sequels.
That's where I come in. You can get out of here, Fergus. Thank you so much. No, you're doing great. You nailed it. The sequel is the lifeblood of every great franchise.
You don't even fucking work here. Why are you here?
The original creates the world and builds fandom, but the sequel, that's what makes it worth
I can't
remembering.
think of his name,
No
but
sequel,
I do like him.
No hoverboard. No sequel, no dual SMGs. No sequel, no Raccoon Tail. No sequel, no Zune 2. Which doesn't really exist, but I wish it had.
There was a Zune 2.
There was? There was a Zune 2? I'm Mark, the head of sequels here at Obsidian. And I have sequelized everything. Blockbuster movies to AAA video games to my first marriage. So trust me, I know what I'm doing.
To my first...
Come along on this journey with me. Part 2.
Is that implying that he got divorced? Because, you know, I don't follow celebrities like that, my man.
Killing commence.
Oh, that's cool. A robot that makes cover. Fuck spiders. Fucking the hell. I hate spiders. You know, something, and I did see already, that was really cool, is it
The Outer Worlds 2 is a sequel to
weapons.
The Outer Worlds 1.
They're
it's
very
a continuation
sci-fi,
of the themes of robber barons
weird.
in space and
how they double down on
people are
that.
controlled by the stories they're
And there's
told
more
by the
guns
people
like
who have
that.
power over them. This time we're able to go a lot deeper because we have more time and money, which is a great thing, and we're able to make it a much more true Obsidian reactive RPG than we were the first time around.
Oh, okay, cool. Because that's the only criticism I've heard with the first one, and I kind of have
So
two.
we're going deeper and more complex with everything for
It could have
the
been
sequel.
more in
Deeper
depth.
story, lore, RPG interactions, reactivity, all the things we've been known for.
I
as a
say
company.
kinda, because
It's
I know
really
it
a
was
complete
more
realization of
on a
everything people
budget,
want from an
so
Obsidian game.
I knew that
Surprisingly, this
going
is the
in.
first time in over 25 years that I've had the chance to do a full sequel for a world that I helped co-create.
Oh, wow.
It's really just a fantastic opportunity to explore and expand the universe in interesting ways, and to go even further with the themes of how people are affected by living in a dystopian corporate reality.
You can shoot your way through it, you can talk your way through it, you can sneak your way through it. And so no matter what kind of
If
play
that's
style
true,
that you like,
that
this
would
is
be
just
really
an
cool.
awesome franchise and an awesome game to jump into, even if it's your first one.
The first Outer Worlds was a great base to start from, as it has all the elements of a great Obsidian RPG.
Yes, it
Interesting
does.
characters, deep worlds, important choices. In the Outer Worlds 2, not only did we want to double down on those elements, but we wanted to give players even more of it.
We've also put a lot of investment into skills and traits that impact things like combat,
Oh, that's cool.
conversations, and areas that we call
Yeah, that was the
RPG
one thing I
directions,
really
which are
liked
the part
about
of
the
the
first
world
one.
where players can use their specific skills, perks, and backgrounds to solve problems in unique ways in our new, bigger worlds.
Yeah, that was something that was really cool about New Vegas, and was kind of in
I
Outer
love
Worlds.
a deep RPG
I'm glad they're
experience,
doubling
and
down
building
on
out that RPG crunchiness for our players was at the forefront of what we set out to create. We prioritize those deeper RPG options with different character builds and combos so players can express their
You can see the
role-playing power
updated
fantasies.
animation. Looks so
We
nice.
also have different equipment options for different playstyles.
Ooh, that's cool.
And different companions with different abilities.
Okay, I'm gonna watch this direct, because this is actually getting me more excited for Outer Worlds 2.
In the first Outer Worlds, you start off as the Stranger, which was basically a blank slate to build on top of with various attribute points that would begin to define your personal experience in the game.
Okay.
You can make any kind of character you want, but we've given you a role. That role is an Earth Directorate agent.
Oh,
You can
okay.
think of them as kind of like space cowboys or space sky marshals. They're the good guys that go into places and kind of fix everything that's wrong. You're gonna be one of those. But we don't tell you why you joined the Earth Directorate. There could have been a lot of different reasons, right? It could
Okay.
have been because you're an actual lawbringer and you want to go in there and spread law throughout the galaxy. It could be that you're a roustabout and you just had nothing better to do. After you pick your background, one of the really important choices you have next is choosing your traits. While we had attributes in the first Outer Worlds, we've leaned into traits for the Outer Worlds too, which are these big changes to your character depending on which ones you pick.
Okay, so more like New Vegas.
So it could be something like Brilliant,
like
where you can tag extra skills and you start getting extra skill points. And that's obviously really great if that's how you want to build your character. You can also go and do something like Lucky, where you get extra critical chance, and you also get a lot of really cool options throughout the game as well.
How many traits do you get?
Of course, we brought back Dumb, so players love the Dumb option.
Negative traits. Oh yeah.
Tell me, do you believe in signs?
You mean like the ones that say?
Not quite what I meant. But
I love the dumb thing so
boundaries.
much.
I could put your adventurous spirit to good use.
You get like lots of really cool, fun conversation options in the game, but we took that even further. And again, there's lots of elements in the game where you can be dumb and use that for something. Could be something as simple as banging on a machine to get it to work. After you've invested in some of your traits, your next choices are going to be choosing your skills. The skills themselves basically allow you to build on your playstyle and what your character is doing in the game. That will be everything
This
from
is
playing
actually getting me
stealthily
more
to
interested.
specking for an
I've been
explosive
having
specialty.
this like RPG of this kind itch for a while. I just haven't played them because, you know, I pretty much just live stream my
Throughout
games
your
now.
entire journey, your character
So it's
continues
like-
to change with the different
and I
choices
want a
you
recent
make.
game, so it'd be
In
like
the Outer
a
Worlds 1,
very
we actually
long
had more
playthrough.
skills than we have, so we condensed them down to really
Especially
the
with, like,
core
how
and
I play
essence
these
of what we
games.
really wanted there. But we made each point that you put into a skill much more impactful. So instead of getting small percentage changes, we actually did much larger changes per point that you put into each skill. And again, all these
I was
things because of
talking,
how
sorry, let me
we made
back that
each
up.
point that you put choices you make. In the Outer Worlds 1, we actually had more skills than we have, so we condensed them down to really the core and essence of what we really wanted there.
Okay.
But we made each point that you put into a skill much more impactful. So instead of getting small percentage changes, we actually did much larger changes per point that you put into each skill. And again, all these things, because of how they're checked inside the world itself, can matter quite a bit. You know, just even having one additional skill point in something
actually
can
like
open up
that
a lot
change.
more
I
options
think that's
in
a
the
fair
world
change.
itself. If anybody's played Fallout New Vegas, they'll be very familiar with like the perk system. We basically borrowed that, but went even grander. We actually have
Borrowed
more
it?
perks than Fallout New Vegas did. But here's the cool thing, right? We check and use perks for literally everything, right? So you can
Oh,
do everything from, hey, I want to make a stealthy build that steals stuff and is really good at that. Okay, great. Well, you can take maybe the pickpocketing perk. So that's not available to everybody, but if you select that, now you can actually go around and steal things out of people's pockets.
Oh, that's cool. So it's an actual skill you have to get.
There's another perk called Heavy Handed, right? Where say you're a melee person, what this does is now your power attacks that you use actually knock people down.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh man, I really like the serial killer perk.
What the fuck?
As you start killing people, they will drop hearts. And you can take those hearts, and essentially you're taking these trophies, you could say, and it's actually giving you a permanent health bonus every time you do it. We have this perk called Assassin. Now, this is an early game perk that you can take, which every time you stealth attack an enemy, you're actually gonna get a movement bonus for a certain amount of time.
This looks great, honestly. I feel like so far from what everything they're saying and everything, if everything
Flaws
holds up
were a system
in
that everybody
actual
loved
game,
from the first game. But
I
we
think
wanted to make it
everyone's
more
criticism
personal
for
to
the
the player.
first
We wanted
game
it to really
is
reflect how you
solved
were
with this
playing
one.
the game and give you a bonus that you actually wanted to really engage with.
With the flaw system returning, we knew we needed to go bigger, better, and more
Why the
real
fuck are
than
you
ever
here?
before. So, we turned to the team. And I told them, no bad ideas. Give me what you got. Okay, we need more flaws. We need them to be real. I want to put them in the game, so give
I
me
love the
something.
flaw
Inspiration.
system,
What's
but I
wrong
think
with
they
you?
could do some more.
I have bad knees.
You got bad knees? They hurt when you walk a lot?
Yes.
When you walk too much, they hurt?
No cartilage.
Sounds boring. Makes you sound like a boring person, but it's in the game.
I know it.
It's a good flaw. What about you?
I like to take small things sometimes.
So you're stealing.
No, I'm taking.
When do you give them back?
I don't.
Claire.
So you're stealing.
Claire, you shouldn't be stealing. What are you doing? You shouldn't be stealing, Claire.
Tiny crimes.
Tiny crimes?
Tiny
Did you hear
crimes.
the second part, though? It's a crime.
Well,
You're stealing. Claire, that's wrong. You can't steal things, okay? But it's an amazing flaw, and I'm putting it in the game. But you're a bad person. And are you the one that took my stapler?
do you need it?
Yeah. Give it back.
Okay.
Please. You, what do we got? Flaw.
I like to stare at the sun.
How long did you stare at the sun?
Just lunch break.
An hour?
Oh, I only get 30. You guys
How
get an
are
hour?
you still
Yeah,
being
an hour.
able to
Oh.
see?
Makes me feel energized.
How many fingers am I holding up?
3.
No. Anything else? We'll put it in the game. We'll put it in the game because I feel bad for you. Anything else?
One of my favorite flaws is something called bad knees. It will actually give you the option to take this flaw that'll make it so that you move faster throughout the game.
Thank you for collecting your
But the
daily bit of
problem
fire,
is,
Prime.
anytime you stand up, your knees are going to make a loud popping noise that makes it so that, well, everyone around you is going to hear you.
There's one called Kleptomaniac. This is really interesting because what it does is when you steal something, you can actually sell it for more bits than normal. And like that sounds really great. The drawback is sometimes when you're looking at things in the world that are owned by somebody else, you'll automatically steal them. So you have to be very careful about how you use them.
That's
One
interesting.
of our more wacky perks is the Sun Gazer Flaw, and it just gives everyone cataracts while playing their game. So everything becomes like light shafts and blooms and hazes and makes the game pretty unplayable if you happen to choose that perk.
That's amazing.
If you happen to be the type of player that habitually reloads your weapons like I do, well, you'll be offered the flaw of over-prepared. Now, you'll get larger magazine sizes on all of your weapons, but if you ever fully empty your magazine, you're gonna take a debuff for a while. While we support options like being a gunslinger who wants to key into destructive weapons, or a rogue who wants to alpha strike their enemies before they know what hit them, we also
One
allow
second.
for a lot.
Hang on, guys. I'm back. Sorry, my mom was just letting me know that the Thunders, in case y'all don't know, you know, worldwide is Oklahoma's basketball team are playing. I've been kind of watching the finals, so I'll be watching that after stream. Anyway, let's get back to this.
A lot of fun and experimental builds. You can be a mad scientist who utilizes gadgets and wacky science weapons and armors.
See, yeah,
or
I
even
want
a
more.
psychopath who gains permanent bonuses to health by murdering their friends.
Nothing shows the impact of these character build options better than, in my opinion, the.
I want to pause this to mention this. I feel like is every New Vegas's player wet fucking dream. This is what everyone wanted the first Outer Worlds to be. I feel like some people let themselves down because they didn't really pay attention and learn that this was more of a lower budget game. So it still had those elements, but you know, it wasn't fully realized. This is like that fully realization that makes me really excited. I'm glad I watched this because it is really making me want to play this. I should probably get Outer Worlds 1 and do a playthrough of that.
Bridge area, which has a quest you get early on in Paradise Island. Not only do you kind of encounter this very early, and it's a very core one to the story, but it really expresses our philosophy of allowing the player to solve problems in a bunch of ways. So you may solve it by, you know, speech options. You may talk to them and maybe have to go do a quest for them and really kind of prove that you're a friend of the Protectorate to get by.
I may have need of your help, stranger, if you are ready to seize an opportunity to show fealty to the Protectorate.
You could go guns blazing, and you could just take everyone out inside the POI, lower the bridge itself, and kind of get across. You could sneak in, lower the bridge, and then actually sneak in under the bridge to get over to the other side.
Ooh, that's cool. I I always
You
try to do the
can
stealth option.
bypass the bridge entirely if you found like certain gadgets, like the shield gadget that protects you from poison gas as you go across, or the double jump boots, which kind of allow you to jump across the chasm and get across that way. There's even a really kind of messed up way, right? Which is players can actually sacrifice one of their companions. The companion who they just found is part of.
We're no different than the Breeze if we start tossing our own to the rats. I
I
sure as
recognize that
law
guy.
ain't gonna follow someone who can't see the wrong in it.
I must admit, I'm surprised we could come to an understanding. But I thank you for your loyalty, stranger. As promised, you shall have clearance to cross this bridge.
It's such a fun quest, but again, it really showcases that we want you to be able to solve this in whatever way you want to. When you build your character your way, we're there for you. We really want you to have the experience that you want to have out of this.
Corrections. Ooh, companions. I love companions.
From
in
the very
these games.
beginning of our discussions about the Outer Worlds, we really knew we wanted every game to take place in a different colony. This lets us expand on all aspects of the universe. Every colony can be its own thing with its own flavor, and we can center them around anything we want. Any ideas or setting we're interested in. Arcadia is an isolated colony with abundant resources, and it's run by an authoritarian faction called the Protectorate. Their dictatorship is thematically based around the question of how much freedom people will give up for security and luxury. For Protectorate subjects, unfortunately, that answer is everything. The Protectorate is also incredibly wealthy because it was founded by the inventor of the skip drives, which are the Outer World's faster-than-light engines. But those skip drives are starting to cause rifts in space-time, which are cutting off all the other colonies on Earth from being able to trade with each other. The Order of the Ascendant is an offshoot of the Order of Scientific Inquiry from the original game, and like them are a science-based religion with the same goal of solving the universal equation, which will allow them to predict and alter the future to the benefit of all mankind. They used to be part of the Protectorate, but they split off to focus on solving the equation for the good of everyone, not as a way to simply control the masses.
That's cool. Past showcase.
The player's been
Anything
sent to Arcadia as an
exciting?
Earth Directorate agent to find out how the
Showcases there. Hi, Krabby. Welcome in. Hang on. Let me... Because I know you stream. This is going to look weird for a second. Get over here. Shoot. Shout out. Thank you. Yeah, I've been working my ass off on making that double the wrong letter. Took like a fucking 2 weeks to do it. Damn it. Okay, give me a second. Let me focus on this. There we go. Everyone go follow my friend Krabby Moon. They also live stream. Let me do the other shout out. I think I cannot type and talk at the same time. There we go. They were, I think, last time playing Paleo with the nerf friend of mine, Stabajack. So yeah, check her out. Her community's great. I should go to type and talk at the same time too. Yeah. To answer your question, yeah. So far, I've reacted to all the showcases. I did the PlayStation and Summer Game Fest at the same time a few days ago, and I'm doing the Xbox where we've watched all of it. Now we're at the Obsidian's Direct, and I will say, I'll repeat myself a little bit. I think the Xbox showcase is the best showcase out of all of them. It has the most games I'm really looking forward to. I think the standout is this Clockwork game, which is an RPG that is steampunk inspired and has the same developers that did the original Fallout games. Like, I am really hyped for that one. There been a few other ones, but that's like the very standout one. Assuming I don't get copyright claimed, I'll be posting this whole stream to my YouTube channel. So if you want to go back and watch it, just follow me on YouTube. That's my link, so, you know, it's in there. The link to it's in there, so you'll be able to watch it. But I also like that very standout one, the one I'm thinking about the most, is that Clockwork game. There's also like Super Meat Boy. I've been talking for this a lot and stuff, and I have this layout and stuff, and every time I hit a song I know is copyrighted, I mute the audio. So I'm not too worried about that. But anyway. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, so far that's, Clockwork's game is, hang on. Sorry about that. That Clockwork game is really interesting. This showcase for Outer World is really getting me excited, and, there are a few little things, like Super Meat Boy. There's one game, Krabby, I think you'll really like. Let me, if I can, okay. There are no ghosts at the ground. Do me a favor, look that up and, like, on a separate tab and, see that. Because I think it gives me, Power Wash Simulator vibes, but way more in depth and has a story and stuff. I don't know. It has a very cozy vibe. I feel like it's something you'd be really interested in. Also, it's a talking cat. Who doesn't like a talking cat? But yeah. Bunch of other things. Like I said, I'll leave it there and get back to this. So, like I said, if you want to see my other reactions and what I think. Oh, there also hasn't been any. Like, the only down notes I have for the showcase so far is there's no Halo, which is understandable, but still kind of sucks. I didn't expect there to be any Halo. And they announced Black Ops 7, which makes me... I'm excited because it's an actual sequel to one of my favorite stories in Call of Duty, Black Ops 2. But they just made Black Ops 6 last year, and last time we had a direct sequel for Black Ops, in the Call of Duty franchise, it was Modern Warfare 2 and 3, and 3 was hot garbage, so I'm worried there's gonna be a little bit of repeating history here, so, and also Activision fucking sucks, but, so that's my generalized thoughts. I need to put a jacket on. It is freezing in my room. I bet step it with 2. Yeah, I figured. I think so. That bring it up for you. So overall, yeah, that's my thoughts. I'm gonna get back to watching the Outer Worlds showcase now.
The skip drives are causing the rifts, and what can be done to stop them? Each of the factions have their own solutions to the rift problem and their own goals. The Protectorate wants to close them to protect their legacy as the inventor of the drives and their wealth. The Order wants to close them not only for the good of everyone, but also because they're complicating the math they're using to solve the universal equation. And Antes just wants to be able to open and close them at will to control all the trade routes between the colonies.
Wow, so they all have an asshole reason.
In addition to expanding the themes and lore of the Outer Worlds, we're also expanding the humor, so each faction has its own flavor of absurdity. Anti's Choice is a merger between Anti-Cleo and Spacer's Choice from the original game, and there are corporate representatives in the Outer Worlds too. They've invaded Arcadia to liberate their resources for all of humanity, at a profit.
My mom is watching the basketball game, by the way. I can hear her shouting.
The radio system. It was just iconic for me, and I wanted to make sure that the Outer Worlds 2 had that.
Yeah, he is.
So we actually built.
I love how in the first game I didn't get to it, but I didn't see it. How he is just so fucking dead inside.
Each station might have like I think 20 tracks of unique music that we've made for it. It's a lot of stuff. But the really cool part about this entire thing is that we actually put a lot of reactivity into the radio. So it will respond to the things that are going on around the world that you've been interacting with. So if you go into a location, let's say you solve a problem for the Protectorate folks, if you listen to the Protectorate radio station, they're going to be, cheering you on as a hero.
Oh, that's cool.
Wonderful news, everyone. The Zeranium
So they did that in like
gas
Fallout
leak
as well,
at
and that's
the
really cool.
Automet
With like
repair
Snoop
facility,
Dogg
strongly believed to be caused by
or Three Dog. It wasn't
anti-choice
Snoop Dogg, it was
malefactors,
Three Dog,
have
but
been
like
corrected.
he was clearly based on Snoop Dogg. And other ones.
Now, I'm not saying we caused it in the first place, but we sure like the idea of all those broken auto mechanicals and all the excessive gasping and choking involved.
The factions and companions are great examples of how we're going deeper and more complex this time around. They're integrated into the game's storyline much more than we did on the first Outer Worlds, and like with everything else in the game, they have a lot more reactivity. There are 6 companions in the Outer Worlds too. As usual, each has their own quest lines, but this time they are also connected to a different faction and have character arcs that the player can affect through their choices.
Oh, cool.
Your first companion is Niles. He's another Earth Directorate agent like you, and he's looking for your help to decide whether he wants to become an even better agent or to turn his back on the Earth Directorate completely. There's also a somewhat cute Automech support drone that is basically Niles' helper. Her name is Val. Marisol's part of the Order of the Ascendant, and she's an aging but still deadly assassin. That's right, she's a deadly mathematician who may or may not have some unfinished business to attend to with the player's help. There's also a cultist named Azza who is part of a sub-faction that worships...
Hello. New character I'm going to make all the fan art of.
the rifts, and in her case, violence in general. You can choose to either turn her away from overt violence or support her chaotic and dangerous tendencies. At one time,
Hashtag I can actually fix her.
His choice had a program to graft soldiers with animal parts to make them more formidable. Unfortunately, it didn't quite work, and most of them are now dead. There's a combat medic who
ads have
survived,
started.
however,
Thank you
named
for
Inez,
for those ads.
and she wants the player to help her fix her graft,
They do help the
among
channel.
other things. Finally, there's Tristan. He's a protected arbiter who is judge, jury, and executioner all rolled into one heavily armored package. It is your choice to either help him judge wrongdoers or show him what true justice looks like.
We definitely have reactivity in the game based on how you've been treating your companions. I won't reveal the end of the game, but let's say if you have not been treating them well, you will find out at the end of the game what that means.
Companions are a very, very important part.
I'm still just
of
wondering why
merchandising, because
he's
that's
here.
the real beauty of the sequel. We're talking merch, baby. It is the lifeblood. It is what fuels us. Do you want to see some of my ideas? Hop, hop. Check this out. Gen Alpha loves body pillows.
You know, I don't need to be called out that hard, my man.
Especially ones that look like human beings for some reason, right? Who needs a significant other when you could have a knife-wielding space psycho up in your sheets, huh? What do they do with them when they get them, huh? Maybe a little napping, maybe a little snuggling, maybe a little nut.
If that's actually
Visuals
something
of
you can
the
buy,
first
that's
Outer Worlds
hilarious.
depicted a frontier colony in space. The Outer Worlds 2 is driven by an invasion of the Arcadia colony system by Auntie's Choice, which shifts the visuals to be more reminiscent of a World War I-like setting in
Ooh.
space. That evolution is seen across all aspects of the game, starting with the factions. How do you militarize everything,
fucked up way, it's
including
pretty.
extreme capitalists or math-crazed scientists? In a World War I setting, war comes with propaganda. The Sovereign uses it to maintain control, Auntie's Choice uses it to help their bottom line, the Order just wants to show how it exists within the grand plan. We want players to feel like Arcadia is a living, breathing place scarred by a long-standing war. Fairfield, one of the first towns you encounter, was once under Protectorate control, but has recently been taken over by Auntie's Choice. They don't just occupy the town, they rebrand it with their signature style, repainting buildings, posting guards, and adding propaganda-based
I just went
holograms
up and
featuring
read
Auntie
chat
and the
a
Moon
bit.
Man.
I'll wait till
Showing the towns
ads are over.
evolving after the invasion helps us push immersion for our players. One of our priorities in visually realizing the world of the Outer Worlds 2 was making sure everything is clear and recognizable from the player standpoint. We want to make sure each faction has a particular look and design.
Like
So
any
when the
good
player is
RPG
running
should
across
do.
these vast, different environments and landscapes, they're recognizing the motifs and visuals of who they're talking to,
Yeah.
what they're going to be talking about, and how that progresses throughout the story. The first Outer Worlds was really about player interfacing with corporations, and while we have that in the Outer Worlds 2, we really want to express not just the corporations, but how the player interacts with other facets of the world, like government entities or religious structures. and then we elaborate on those.
Okay, as they're over.
With larger
real
environments,
quick,
we wanted to
Krabby,
encourage
I don't know if you're still
exploration
here,
by
but I
improving player
went back up and
mobility
read
across the
some
board.
chats I missed.
Now you can run,
my mom
slide,
is actually really
double
happy
jump,
about the
mantle
garden.
and
Yeah,
parkour your way
she loves the
through
look
all
of
of
it.
the nooks and crannies of these
She
worlds.
also really glad
It really
we have a
allows the player
porch
to just explore and have
for her
fun,
now because
finding really cool stuff.
She has fallen off of that a few times before and hurt herself really bad, so I'm just glad
we've aimed to make
there
everything
now.
in the Outer Worlds 2 better from top to bottom.
You know, I
the
don't have to worry
RPG
about
elements
that.
for the start, but that's touched our story.
It's
our
also
art,
weirdly
and
enough
especially
made
our
our porch
gameplay.
look bigger.
A
Somehow,
good sequel is
like it's
true to the
like
original.
the porch isn't
That's
bigger. It's the
first and
exact same
foremost, right?
size,
Like,
but
you
it
don't want to
feels
add in a
bigger
bunch of
now.
things as you're making a
I
sequel,
don't
right? We want to make it bigger and
understand
better in
that.
every way. That's what we were trying to do here.
Anything is to
And
make
I
it feel
thought
smaller.
We did not need this consultant. We've made enough sequels. We understand how to do this, and I will say, I don't think it's been entirely successful.
I am very proud of the combat improvements we have made in the Outer Worlds 2, thanks to my patented combat system. You may be thinking to yourself, it can't be that good. Shush, what are you even talking about? You haven't seen it yet. Watch this.
By the way, what is this
Put a
guy's
helmet
name?
on, because I'm about to blow all of your minds with my COMBAT system, combat system. My name is Mark. I'm the head of sequels. Shall we
Okay,
begin?
well, his first name's Mark.
You're thinking,
apparently.
what's C for? C. Capitalize the fact that the people loved the first game. We're going to take those people, we're going to make them buy the sequel, giving out pounds, pounds, pounds. Quick, ha, ha. Not you, Dev. Here we go. What comes after C? O. Optimize for player satisfaction. I am terrified of online gamers, okay? I want to make them happy. So let's, okay? All right. Mobilize the players so they're ready for that sweet, sweet pre-order. Clap with me. Sweet, sweet. If you don't have rhythm, Brandon,
I
just
feel
say
like this is actually
sweet,
how some of these
sweet
stupid-ass
pre-order.
board meetings
Everybody has a
go
different rhythm and it's blowing
in
mine.
like
Here we
EA.
go.
It's just
B,
some dumbass
burglarize. What is this? It's
just
basically
saying,
just finding new
make
ways to
people
loot dead
buy the
bodies.
game.
You know what I mean? Right, Otis? Okay, well, it's a big part of the game. A, you gotta agonize about how many people are gonna be angry that we have just put so much combat into this thing and almost no romance at all. We should look at ourselves. What is wrong with us? Huh? We can't have one love story in this? How many people have been in love? Raise your hands. Raise your hand if you're in love. Okay, are you lying?
I have a wife.
Put your hand down. T, trois. In French, that means two. Sequel.
I think that means 3.
Okay, you're getting ahead of yourself. Come on, Claire. We're on 2. And how do we end it? Anything is possible. And we've established that we're the best there is, and there's no sequel better than us. And if I could just say one more thing, thank you very much.
I mean, to be
know
fair,
I've kind of changed the world of video
they
games
did
today.
make the best
For the
Fallout
Outer Worlds 2,
sequel.
we wanted to improve gunplay in every way. We focused on improving the feel of each weapon, the way a weapon snaps into ADS, the way recoil feels when firing, and how impactful our sound effects really sell the weapon's fantasy, to things like how unique reload animation can add a lot of character to each weapon. We've increased the variety of weapons by including new weapon types, but also through a host of fun and unique weaponry. We have things like the Bourse Blaster that fires out tumors that can explode like grenades,
What the fuck?
or
Oh,
can
that's
even
cool.
be eaten by the player for additional health.
I
We have
don't
a
think I
weapon
want to
called
eat something that
Rookie
can
Reward
explode like
that
a
will actually
grenade.
level up the more you use it throughout the game. And every time it levels up, it's got fun fanfare where it's like shooting out confetti and it's got a fun little setup. We have a really fun weapon called the pop-up gun. It fires out ad drones that will distract your enemies with corporate ads, slogans, and jingles. While your enemies are
That's
distracted,
hilarious.
you can focus fire on them or explode these drones for additional damage. New to the Outer Worlds 2 are throwables. So you can use frag grenades to flush out enemies, smoke grenades
Wait,
to
there really
camouflage
weren't
and
any
escape,
frag grenades in the first
distraction
one?
devices to bait enemies into a stealth
I guess
attack,
there wasn't, huh?
and even science grenades.
The
that will
combat
levitate
does
enemies,
look a lot
allowing
better
you
in
to
this
fire
game.
upon
It
them
looks
while they
better than
float helplessly.
fucking Bethesda games. It ain't saying much, but still. Like, that's
And
like
of
the go-to
course,
for these kinds of
science
RPGs.
weapons
so.
are back. We have returning favorites, like the Shrink Ray. This time it's been upgraded so you can shrink your enemy down to the size of a sprat and run over them, exploding them into bits.
Oh, come on, make an option where I can just dump on the
Shrink
guy.
Ray. That was probably my
yay!
favorite one from the first game, so we brought it into the second game, but we improved it though. So instead of shrinking your enemies for a short period of time and having them re-expand, this time they stay shrunk And we actually added in the ability to step on them and kind of squish them and kick them because we knew that was the player fantasy. We knew that's what everybody wanted to do. They wanted to step on the enemies.
I literally just said that.
So we made sure to double down on that stuff.
In addition to things like our returning favorites, we also have some really fun and unique new science weapons. One of them is called the Armageddon. This one's really cool because it actually shoots out these masses that are like these little arms that will stick to people or cover all kinds of different things, and they will continue to just hit them until
I mean, I am really glad there's a whole bunch of these weird-ass weapons.
And we have another one
like kind of my
that's
favorite part about
super
the first
cool
one.
called the Spectrum Dance Saber. This is a melee weapon that actually lets you attack to a musical beat. And if you
that's
continue
cool.
to do that, you'll actually get additional bonuses each hit you do.
Oh, that's
One of my
cool.
personal favorite weapons is called the Big Bang. It's just a big freaking gun that uses material harvested from rifts to shoot out a giant ball of energy, vaporizing everything in its path. Now, ammo's extremely rare for this weapon, but you can use it in just the right situation to devastating effects.
So it's basically like their Fat Man from
Like another great
again,
one is Gary.
New Vegas.
If you wear Gary, he will lash out at your opponents as you're walking through combat. So we even have
What
science
the
armors and
hell?
really kind of shown off what we thought was really great for the player from a science perspective.
We're all about letting people play the game their way. There are some players who prefer to be immersed in a first-person view, taking in all of the details. But there are others who really prefer to take the world in from a third-person perspective.
We gotta put this
Why
on
not allow
TV.
both? Well, now you
Version
can
of
swap
the
between
BFG
two,
from Boom.
letting you enjoy
Doom.
the experience in whatever way you like. One of the things I really like about having the third-person mode is being able to see all of the fun and unique armors and armor combinations and weapons that you can equip your player with. All of the actions that you could do in first person, so you're double
Oh,
jumping
there's third
around, you
person
get
now.
to see
That's
your
great.
character in
That was
that
a
way.
big. That was the one thing I know
You
a
get
lot
to
of people
take
didn't
in
like
the
about the
world
first
and
one.
see things in a different light.
Okay, raise your. I want
The Outer
everyone's
Worlds 2 is
opinion
really
on
the
this in
biggest
chat.
game we've
Third
ever made.
person or first
Bigger
person?
choices, more
in
reactivity,
games like this,
more
Skyrim
weapons,
and stuff like that.
more things to
First or
find
third
in each
person?
of the worlds the players can visit.
I'm a
The
first
team has
person
done
guy.
incredible work bringing the Outer Worlds 2 to
Unless
life.
I'm just walking around to like my next location,
we
and
can't
sometimes
wait
I'll
for
go
you to
third
play it.
person.
Even though we've always been a multi-project studio, this is going to be the first time we've ever released 3 games in 1 year. It feels
Yeah.
amazing to do. We're so excited for more people
And you
to
gotta
be playing our
remember,
games.
2 out of these 3
It is
games
truly
are
an exciting time
fucking
here at Obsidian.
RPGs.
We're
That's
exploring
so
worlds
impressive.
big and small while
to
expanding
release
on
them
franchises that we've created.
so
and we
close
have
together.
no plans to slow down. We hope you all continue to come along with
third
us as we
and
do what we
first
do best,
person.
make your world your way.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. It's crazy. Makes you kind of call bullshit that it takes so long for Bethesda to make some of their games. And them still be fucking broken. With how long they take.
With the Outer Worlds 2, we're all about the best place to play, which is also.
And as someone who still
promise
likes
of
a lot of
Xbox.
Bethesda games, you know.
You can play the Outer Worlds
But,
2
you know, I
on
can
this
like something and
Xbox,
still criticize
but it may be
it.
hard to play it when you're staring at all these beautiful holes. Let's cut that. You can play the Outer Worlds 2 on this Xbox. Oh yeah, now that's Microsoft. Or you can take a phone call on this Xbox, then play the Outer Worlds 2 right after. Excuse me, I'm getting a call. Hello? What am I doing? I'm playing the Outer Worlds. Hello? Yeah, this is Mark. I didn't know I had jury duty today. You
Okay.
can play the Outer Worlds 2 on this Xbox, but it takes 2 people to lug around safely. We're gonna go up to my apartment, okay? And this is an Xbox you actually wear that also plays the Outer Worlds 2.
Wait,
What do
really?
you think, Claire?
This is amazing.
Are you playing?
I think so.
Fantastic. So now this is actually not
Okay,
an
so
Xbox, so you cannot play the Outer Worlds 2 on it. Can't play anything on this. I guess Bread. You ever play
Actually, you
Bread
can
where
play
take
Doom
out of
on
one
it if
slot,
you're
put it in the other.
stubborn
I don't
enough.
have friends. If you pre-order the premium edition now, you'll get early access, which is like a prequel to the sequel, or is launch
Shut
the
up.
sequel to the pre-order, or like, why are any of us alive at any time? It doesn't matter. Either way, my job here is done. It's time for the Grounded 2 portion of the Direct, which is sort of like the sequel to the Outer Worlds 2 portion of the Direct, which I absolutely just hit a home run with. You know, it's really nice to see my influence go on to other games. Take it away, team. And big exit?
Wait a minute, so that is actually coming to a VR? That's actually really interesting. I wonder how that'll work. Like it'll be like normal movement, or they'll do that like teleporting thing that VR games do sometimes.
We're so proud of Grounded.
Ew,
What
spider.
started as
Kill
a
it.
small
Kill it,
passion
spider.
project to make a quirky game where you're shrunk down to the size of an ant, trying to survive in a backyard, grew into something way bigger than we ever imagined. Over 25 million of you
Actually,
jumped in,
I don't know if
explored,
you're still here,
built,
Crabba.
crafted,
Krabby.
and fought off giant bugs together.
Are you a fan
Y'all
of
helped make the
like
entire
survival
experience
games?
very special to us.
Because
The
if
team's
so,
been cooking
Grounded
up a
might be
ton for
something you'd be
Grounded 2,
interested in
and we're
here,
so
too.
excited to talk about it. I had to grease some palms to steal a bit of time from the direct to give you a deeper look. There were so many possibilities and ideas that didn't make it into the first game, so with the sequel, we have the chance to dream bigger. To achieve those dreams, we partnered with the amazing folks at Eidos Montreal.
Oh.
Together, we're taking Grounded from the backyard to an even larger world, the Brook Hollow
Montreal.
Community
Where have I
Park.
heard that before?
When we started working on Grounded 2, we knew that we wanted to make a bigger world. Fortunately for us, Eidos Montreal became our main partner on developing Grounded 2. They have a lot of similarities to the
that's-
sorts of
that's
things
bothering
that
me.
are
I
important
know
to
that
us at
company name,
Obsidian.
but I can't
They tend
think
to
of
make very
what they've made.
narratively strong games. They make games with really deep characters and great character progression. They make games with great gameplay.
Everyone at Eidos Montreal is thrilled and honored to be working with Obsidian Entertainment. Our two studios share a lot of DNA. The same things that are important to Obsidian Entertainment are important to
Oh, that's
us.
Eidos Montreal.
Choice and
Okay.
consequences, player communities, and
They're
doing justice to great IPs and great franchises.
Deus
the fact
Ex
that
guys,
we're
okay.
the first partners that they're working with to make a sequel to their franchise feels like we're an important part of their history.
The events of Grounded 2 take place 2 years after the first game. The same 4 teenagers are returning.
So there's Max, Hoops,
Willow,
and Pete.
They're a couple years older, which means they've gone through a bit more high school, a bit more mature. It's 1992. The world's a little bit different. But we're still in that fun, nostalgic era of the early 1990s. In Grounded 2, we're moving the action out of the backyard and into the Brook Hollow Community Park. Not only is it bigger, it allows us to tell a lot more stories and expand the world of Grounded by exploring what the community of Brook Hollow has been up to and what they've been through.
The park overall is about 3 times the size of the backyard, and our initial starting area is actually the same size as the entire backyard from the first Grounded.
Wow.
The reason we wanted to move into a park wasn't just to create a bigger world, but was to give us the opportunity to explore the community of Brook Hollow and what secrets have they been hiding.
What we love and what we're excited about in terms of the park is the opportunity to create environments and landmarks that are mundane at normal size, but are colossal wonders when you're the size of an ant. Everything from a giant trash can to a community picnic table or a snack bar. All of these areas come to life in a brand new way.
Part of the fun in Grounded 2 is that the park was evacuated really quickly right before our teens were shrunk. And that means that the park has been sort of turned upside down and is in a topsy-turvy state. And that leads to really fun environmental storytelling, but it also leads into the creation of amazing biomes for our characters to explore. One of my favorite examples of this is the ice cream cart. In all of the commotion, the ice cream vendor's cart has been knocked over and its contents have spilled out into the ground. And what this means for our young adventurers is that they'll be able to explore this frozen cave of
that's a
interesting
really cool way
challenges
to make a frozen environment.
and colorful Lovecraftian horror.
We have one anthill that's actually somebody decided to bury a bunch of toxic stuff in the park. And so there's all these toxic chemicals underground. The environment looks very cool and very spooky.
Ah, so it
with
must
all
be
of
in
these sort of
America.
chemical pools. And of course, nothing can live down there except for one type of insect, the
Probably your
cockroach.
favorite?
We're oftentimes reinventing environments, and in future updates, you're going to see a ton of new stuff. You do a lot of fighting against insects of all shapes and sizes.
As an
We didn't just
arachnid,
want it
and
to
also
look
fuck
better.
you for showing
we
a
also
spider.
knew we wanted to add a new layer of strategy. The changes that we've made aren't limited to tuning animations or adjusting attack or defense numbers or making characters or insects move faster or slower. But we did all that too, but there's also an entire sort of rock, paper, scissors strategy involving light attacks, heavy attacks, and blocking. We've also added dashing as a new way to both get out of danger quickly or jump in for a quick attack. And almost all the insects in the game will have these abilities now too. Sort of like a chess match, but one that's super frenetic, looks super cool, and is ultimately just a ton of fun. We're leaning into clear play styles for tanky warriors, low defense, high damage rogues, effect-wielding mages, and ranged
How the
hunters.
fuck is there magic?
In the first Grounded, we have mutations, and there were weapons and armors that favored different playstyles. In Grounded 2, not only will there be passive mutations, but there will also be active mutations. And a lot of those mutations support these archetypes.
My favorite way to play pretty much any game is chasing after those game-breaking builds. And that's why I'm so excited for what we're doing with archetypes in Grounded 2. I'm all in on the rogue. Now, you can even dual-wield daggers. I've been dialing in this glass cannon build that stacks ambush, assassin, and cardiofan mutations with the wolfbane daggers and the wolf spider armor. It lets me open up combat with massive backstab damage that also inflicts venom. Then, I can use the extra stamina to reposition and try to dodge, rinse, and repeat. It's high risk, high reward, and absolute chaos in all the best way. I'm looking forward to seeing what wild combos the community comes up with and what they inevitably break once they get their hands on the archetype system. It's going to be
I wish more
awesome
developers
watching
had
it
that
evolve
kind of
with player
mindset
feedback
with
and watching
developing
us
games.
try to keep
like,
up with all of your
yeah, try and break our
builds.
game.
One of the great things
dare
about
you.
Grounded is the variety
Then,
of players
like,
it attracts.
343 or
from
now Halo
builders to
Studios.
crafters
Oh, you found
and
this way to break
everything
this
in
game?
between.
Alright,
If
well,
you've ever
let's
watched me on
patch this
Casually
in.
Grounded live stream,
Fix that, make
you'd
sure you
know
can't
that
do
I'm
that.
neither.
You know, this
I
is a single player
am a
part of the
murderer
game and no one should really
of
give a shit.
insects.
Nope, we gotta patch it
Personally,
out.
I prefer the term harvester. I love going out, hitting things, and bringing the materials like insect body parts back to my friends to use. This way, we keep progressing and playing together.
We're also trying to make sure that armor and equipment are easily understood by the player, especially when they're playing co-op with their friends. Sorry. It was really, really important for us to deliver on all of that for the bigger space and experience,
Yeah, that's kinda-
because that
kinda
was
cool.
the only way we could truly support the feature
Imagine
the
I was
community has been
playing the first
asking
one. I never
for
played
since
the
the
first one,
very
so.
first Grounded release.
I almost did with my
Mounts.
brother. And my brother realized it was
Our
grounded
mounts,
and
we
went,
call
oh no,
them
fuck
buggies,
that, I
have
ain't
an
playing
entire
this.
suite of
Yeah,
moves
see,
and
apparently I
have
played
their
it
own
before
special
and hated it.
abilities and attacks.
We really wanted the buggies to be an extension of the player in every way possible. And that meant making sure that buggies had unique and valuable abilities across all the core pillars of Grounded. So that doesn't just mean exploration and travel.
Spiders.
That
Yeah.
has gameplay implications for combat, crafting, and building as well. Just like how we wanted to expand on player playstyles throughout the game, we're going to make sure that every buggy that we add has its own personality.
The Red Ant Soldier can enlist up to 2 Red Ant workers to follow you around and help you out. If you get into combat and you don't want to fight while you're saddled on your buggy, you can jump off and they'll fight right alongside you and provide support.
Oh, that's
The Orb
cool.
Weaver buggies are a little less useful when it comes to general
I think
utility.
Skyrim
like
had a
building
kind of
base
similar
or
thing with its
harvesting.
horses
But
every
they're
once in a
awesome when it
while.
comes to combat. Sure, their defenses aren't super strong, but they're heavy hitters. They're also super fast, and they have some
Been
great
long
special
since- been long
abilities,
since I played
like a
Skyrim.
scream that allows them to stun lesser-powered insects, and the ability to shoot webs and entangle other creatures. So the Orb Weavers won't be your base-building buggy. You should use the Red Ant Soldier for that. But they're super fun for exploration and combat. Red Ant Soldiers and Orb Weaver Spiders will be available at Game Preview launch. There will be others in the future,
Game
but those are
Preview
the 2 we're
launch?
starting with.
fuck does
the
that
connection
mean?
that our Grounded community has with us is something we want to keep forging with the sequel as we make an even bigger game than the original.
Pretty much from day one, we knew we wanted to return to game preview for Grounded 2. Sure, it comes with some trade-offs, like the game's not done and it's out to the world. But there's so much value in building
okay, so
alongside
early
the
access.
community.
Just call it early access, dude.
Buggies change how you traverse and navigate the park. What we're doing with Grounded 2 is we're actually keeping zip lines held back so we can see how players engage with buggies, and then we can tweak zip lines to bring them back over time to really complement that buggy experience and make exploring the park far more fun. That kind of feedback loop helped shape the original Grounded, and we wanted to shape the design for Brook Hollow Park, archetypes, buggies, all of it. We also learned a lot from that first time around. One thing that stood out immediately, players blaze through our content, especially the story. That makes sense. Story, characters, world building, that's kind of Obsidian's thing. It's the flavor we bring to the survival genre. So this time, we're starting with a much bigger baseline.
There's been an explosion at Brook Hollow Park. Chaos descended on a ceremony commemorating the 2-year anniversary of when 4 teenagers were miniaturized against their will.
One of our favorite parts of the first game was watching the community uncover clues and spin up theories. This time around, we're leaning even more into that, and we'll be keeping a close eye on what our players discover and how they interpret it. Because you never know what might inspire us as development moves forward.
We really started to hit our groove at the end of Grounded 1. We found that being open about what we were planning and then following through was key to building trust with the community. As a small team, we had to experiment with update pacing.
I mean, I think Grounded,
scope,
yeah, was
and what
really
we found
dark.
resonated the most
Funny
with
enough,
all of
if
you
you
were bigger,
went throughout the
beefier
story
updates,
and stuff.
even if it took us a little longer to land. So that's the plan. Larger, more complete updates spaced out just enough so we can take your feedback seriously and make every drop count. You can expect in our big
like that, like
updates,
old shows
new
you used to
buggies,
watch
new
when you were a
biomes,
kid.
new
Like,
building pieces.
you
all the
enjoyed it,
goods.
but when you go back, it's
And
like, wow, that
we're
was actually
launching with
really
a public
fucked up.
roadmap, so everyone knows what to be
AKA
excited
the
about in
regular
the future.
show.
All of us at Obsidian Entertainment
Like, I love
and
that show
IDOS
watching it
Montreal
as a
are
kid.
super
You go
excited
back
about
watching
how
now, it's like,
close we are to
wow,
letting all of you players
that was
get
really
shrunk
fucked
a second
up.
time and explore the all-new park on buggies in Grounded 2. If you're a returning Grounded player, we're really looking forward to you experiencing all the improvements. If this is your first time getting tiny,
someone out there
then all
feel
I can
old
tell you
because
is
I
that
said
a world with an
regular
entirely new
show
perspective
when I was a kid.
and an entirely new feel awaits you in Brook Hollow Park. It's time to ride together and survive together.
Yeah, you're kind of right, you know. Then yeah, could snakes be in a park? I guess depending on where you're at. So it comes out July 29th in early access. Access. Okay, this is like close to finale.
This is where it's
Ninja Guy for an Indiana Jones sequel to, or not sequel, DLC also looks really good.
Can you handle that? Let's do this.
You know, another thing, I just realized it does kind of make me nervous about Call of Duty. Unless they announced something already.
Here's to playing in the mud.
This is like July and stuff. Call of Duty always comes out in November, like October, November.
Please follow me.
A little concerning. All they have is a cinematic trailer, no actual gameplay or anything else. I mean, I know it's Call of Duty, you know how it's played.
It looks like you're about to do some renovations.
Keep your filthy pickers off me! You think I care?
This is gonna be awesome.
Out of the Clockwork and Indiana are the only three.
Hold on to mission control, we're falling!
Are the only few I have high hopes. I actually have a... Those are the ones I have, like, really high hopes for. Like, I got really good feelings for. But there's been a lot of others that I'm like, that actually looks really good. Or ones I'm actually interested in. And then there's like kinda interested in. But like Ninja Gaiden 4, a bunch of others. This show is a really good one, yeah. 9 out of 10. I really enjoyed that show. I mean, we've chat over to just chatting. Magic Engine, there you go. Did I say? Oh yeah, it's Black Widow. There we go. I didn't set up a transition bit. But yeah, I really think Xbox nailed it this year with their showcases. That was a damn good showcase. And hell, if assuming nothing gets delayed and feels right, and it will have things like Gears of War E-Day and a bunch of other games in 2026, then I'm assuming their next showcase will also be pretty good too. For next year. But anyway, so that's gonna do it for today, I think. Yeah, it's 8 o'clock here. So tomorrow, I'll be live. I should be able. Yeah. What's tomorrow? Tomorrow's Wednesday, so yeah, not okay. So no, not tomorrow. Friday. Friday, I'll be live again. I'll be working on the raffle drawing for Prime and getting the line art hopefully finished on stream, and maybe move into coloring. We'll see. But yeah, thank you everyone for stopping by. Don't leave just yet. I am going to find us someone to raid. So let me do that. Can I? There. Let me just grab my phone here. Let's see, or actually, let me look it up on here. You do Prime. Let me just. Here we go. See who I got live. Let's see. Let's raid. Where did it go? Did she literally? No, there she is. Let's go raid. Mandy Cat. Mandy Cat. They're nice. Let me just raid up on here because it's a lot easier. Stream manager. Where is the thing? There you are. Raid. There you go. Raid. Raid should have start. There we go. Yep. So, thank you everyone who showed up. For raid message, just spam my hi emote. And if you do not have if you're not subscribed to my channel, then just say hi over there. Like I said, I'll be live again this Friday, doing an art stream, finishing up my the art raffle drawing for Prime, because I won the art raffle. And after that, assuming we don't get the drawing finished, I mean, by Friday, I'll do another art stream Saturday, and then go back to playing Spider-Man. Marvel Spider-Man 2, 100% playthrough, get that going again. Yeah. Hope everyone has a lovely day. Here's my links. So if you weren't able to watch all of this live stream or want to watch my previous live streams, there's my links. You can find my YouTube channel link there. Also, follow me on one of my social medias. I always post where I'm about to go live on all of them, and my artwork, because I'm also an artist. Alright, raid's about to begin. Everyone have a lovely night. Take care, and I'll see y'all later. Bye.